Hey guys! Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy, and welcome back to my channel. So today, I thought it would be fun to try a recipe out. Y'all know I love to try some recipes that mostly Amberlynn has made on this channel. Today, we're trying the celery boat tuna, the tuna celery boats, the whatever boats. I actually, in general, think that the components of this are healthy, right? There are two things that I primarily have a problem with as concepts. The first concept is calling it a boat. Like a boat, I get it. It's like a little canoe vessel filled with tuna. I get the concept. But like when I'm thinking about food, I don't know that I want to think about it coming out on a boat. Now, nope. I say that, then I think about there is an all-you-can-eat sushi place that I go to occasionally, not frequently by any means. And if you're in like a large group and y'all order enough, sushi, it all comes out in a boat. I like that. That's cute, but it's actually like a wooden, like decorative serving piece, right? This I'm actually eating the boat. The other concept about all of this that I don't love is celery. Celery as a concept befuddles me. I don't understand. It's like a thick, watery blade of grass. I've never truly, myself personally, enjoyed it. Although I will say it's been a long time since I had it. I also will say that I don't mind it like cooked into things. It's often like added into soups and things like that. Don't mind that whenever I can't taste the texture, the very thick texture, stringy texture. So that's not my fave. Tuna, I can do occasionally. I don't know if Amberlynn did this or not. I don't know that she really described how she made it, but I'm assuming she put some level of mayo in it to make it kind of like a mayo tuna salad type of situation. So there's like, I put in a little bit of mayo, a little bit of honey mustard. I don't know why I paused in between those words like that. And we're gonna try this on camera. Now, what I also thought would be fun is to do a Q&A, because I haven't done one of those in a while. Like, we're gonna be done very quickly in trying this, so I will continue eating it, I guess, if I like it, and then answer some of y'all's questions. I asked questions, or I asked for y'all to submit questions on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me there, please make sure to do that, because you never know when I'm gonna ask questions, or ask for questions, or alert people of my live streams, or let you know that a new video's been posted. You can't trust these notifications these days. So also I have a Diet Dr. Pepper that I picked up after work, and I'm probably just gonna finish drinking. I truly don't drink specifically Diet Dr. Pepper that often. I do drink a lot of Diet Coke. It's, I know, a problem. So let's just try. I don't know. Do you think it'd be better to go in from the like thick side, or should I start with the small side feels like it's gonna be more stringy, and that's my concern. But let's just try. This is a little dry altogether. Like, I think it needs some more mayo or something. Would help out. That's probably my doing. That's not a reflection of Amberlynn. Unless she's putting that tuna on the celery with no mayo, then girl, what did you doing? But the celery doesn't bother me as much as I remember it bothering me as a small child. But I also don't think I would want the celery by itself. Like, definitely it's fine with the tuna, but I think like the concept of just eating the celery by itself would be a lot for me. But wow. Okay. The celery, taking a lot of my energy to chew. Wow, it's been so long since I had just straight up a stalk of celery. I kind of forgot about this. So this is my dinner tonight. All right, so I did get lots of questions, so I'm gonna just try to answer as many of them as I can without doing this whole rambling thing that I do. The first one says, will you and your boyfriend ever move in together, and why don't you live together now? The reason that we don't live together now is he'd already made commitments to other people to live with them, and you know, like, other people are depending on him financially to like pay for part of an apartment. So that's why he doesn't live with me currently, and he'll probably move in with me as long as everything stays going good. The next person says, what are your thoughts on Charlie XCX and Lana Del Rey? Charlie XCX, I feel apathetic about. I do enjoy Lana Del Rey, especially when I want to be a sad boy. So I enjoy her. Charlie XCX, it's whatever. Another person said, what is your favorite Amberlynn Reid-ism? As in a phrase or a word that she says. I don't know. I think there's also so many things that like I've taken on that I don't know that I can pick a specific favorite, but I don't know, let's go with like situation type deal, because that's just the first one that came to my mind, but I love so many of the things that our girl says. Another person says, how do you stay sane when reacting to these girls? I watch one video and I can't deal. I would like to say that it's not a matter of like keeping my sanity. In general, I'm a pretty grounded person. I truly, genuinely like care about the things that I'm talking about, so when it's like really gets too serious for me, I'm like, let's talk about the things that matter here, like mental health and things like that. And then I just allow myself to laugh when things are funny. Like when things are silly to me, we're gonna laugh and have a good time. And I think I also try to keep in mind that YouTube is not everything. At the end of the day, it's what, like Amberlynn, Chantal, everybody's gonna go out and keep on living their lives. And so I try to keep that level of realism for myself, and that I have lives and things outside of them, and like they are their own humans. This one says, why Chicago? Just curious. I came to Chicago because I had a job lined up. When I was job searching, I was just looking for any city because I wanted to be around other gay people, have access to things in a city. I grew up my whole life in the middle of nowhere. So I was like not trying to do that again. Like I went to college in the middle of nowhere. I went to grad school in the middle of nowhere. I said, Zach, you have got to get out and you have got to find gay people. And so Chicago it was. That's how I ended up here. I found a job here and moved here, and I have not left since. Now I am originally from Illinois, so that probably helped, but ultimately like I had job interviews in Colorado, Washington, like the state, not the DC. I think at one point maybe Florida. Like I had other options, but ultimately landed on Chicago. What do you do for work? What are your tips on work-life balance? So I work at a college. I've talked about that before. I'm not a professor. I am an administrative staff person. I think like work-life balance is a tough concept, and it really is something that is also a little bit outside of your own control. You have to have like a supportive supervisor who's going to support you in finding a work-life balance. One thing that I've learned is to be upfront about what my expectations are, both in the job search and on like the first day of the job. So I had been clear with my current supervisor that like I had things that I wanted to accomplish outside of work, and that one of the reasons that my previous job was really difficult is that it was a real time suck on my life. I was working like all hours of the day, and that I wanted to go into a position that was more structured. Not to say that I wouldn't like stay after work and help occasionally and things like that, but I just couldn't do it if it was going to be an every single day thing. I also was very clear with her about things like YouTube that I enjoyed doing, and let her know that those were things that were a priority in my life, and she has been great and helpful and things like that. I also try to set strict expectations for myself. I use my calendar as a commitment to myself. So if I put on my calendar, I'm gonna go to the gym, then I'm gonna go to the gym. I frequently say this to folks, but like, if you wouldn't flake out on a commitment to somebody else, like if I had a meeting scheduled with my supervisor and I wouldn't miss that because I have that commitment to her, then I'm not gonna flake out on the commitments to myself. So I don't know, try to do that. Be honest with yourself. If you need a break, take a break. Take care of yourself. Go to therapy. I seriously just came from therapy tonight. You know, find the things that help you unwind in your life. I like cute stuff. Can you please share your favorite Judy memory? I mean, the day that I got her was a really good one. I feel like my life really changed. I was a little bit hesitant going in because I'd originally reached out to her rescue, interested in a whole different dog, a younger dog, a boy dog. I think he was also maybe some kind of Shih Tzu mix, but very different. And they were like, I don't know that he's gonna be a good fit for you, but we got this other dog and we would love for you to like come meet her and see if she would be a good fit. And so I keep looking over at her like she's listening. She could care less. Breaks my heart. But I ultimately was like, okay, like I'll give it a try. I'd been searching for a dog for months. It had been like 2 or 3 months for sure. And it's really hard, especially in the Chicagoland area, to find like a smaller dog in a rescue, smaller dog that's hypoallergenic in a rescue. And so when I met her, it was just like really perfect. She was so sweet, so kind, so affectionate, just happy to have me there. And honestly, that's probably my favorite memory. I've truly had like lots of good times with her and love with her and all of those kinds of things. But like that moment was everything. This person asks, would you ever do Real Housewives recaps or share your thoughts? So here's the thing. I'm trying to balance in my life right now, what things do I love so much that I make YouTube videos about them, and what things do I like keep for myself? Because at this point, my life is very much go to work, make YouTube, and then whatever other time I have, I spend with other people, right? Or I try to fill in with like doing things I love and enjoy. And I don't want every single thing to be a part of YouTube. So probably not the Housewives, but if you followed along as I like binge watched all 11 seasons of New York, I did frequently talk about it on Instagram and my Instagram stories. This isn't like necessarily a plug for you to go follow that, but that is a place where I'll talk about it. But I'm probably not gonna make like full videos about it just because I don't know, I can't do it. I can't have everything on YouTube. I would be exhausted trying to make a video about every single thing I have an interest in. This person asks, where do you buy all of your amazing earrings? So a lot of my earrings come from Etsy. I'll try to link some of the shops I bought them from below. I also, as some of you might recall, did a Torrid earring haul, which I'll link down below. And then these came specifically from another YouTuber named Chapin. Her daughter's been making earrings, and so she sent me a pair that her daughter made. I also recently got a pair from a place called Isley NYC, and they are like a queer-owned company based out of New York City, and I got them through a discount code through Jake Yonsei. So that's all the recent ones I can think of, but I'll try to start like letting y'all know where the earrings come from whenever I wear them. I'm also gonna take a break. I still have 3 whole stalks of celery left, but I'm realizing because the celery takes so long to chew, I'm chewing and then I'm not getting to the questions. I don't want to run out of time because I only got so much time. So we're gonna keep answering questions. I actually don't mind this, and I will finish this before the evening is over. What made you make the jump from being a silent viewer of Amberlynn to a reaction channel? So I have talked about this in other Q&As I think before, but I have been following her for like literally years now, and I actually originally was a big fan. I mean, I guess you could still say I'm a fan, as in I do watch all of her content for the most part, but I message with her regularly. We Snapchat DM'd things like that. And I started with a show on You Now, actually, called the After Lynn Reed Show, where she would go live on You Now, and then immediately after she got done, I would start a live stream and we would talk about what happened in her live stream. It was kind of silly, and at first I wasn't really critical of her, and she actually shouted out my YouNow stream, and then all kinds of people left her YouNow stream and came to mine, and even she came into it at one point. But then she just started doing all kinds of sketchy things. She talked about how she'd never dated a bisexual person. She did a lot of the like transphobia stuff where she was dead naming Casey. She left her cats with Rafe. That was really, really the turning point for me. And then the more I started researching, the more I realized like, oh, girl's been doing shady stuff for much longer than what I've just seen right here in this moment. And that's kind of like where it went. But I will link the other Q&As where I've talked about this down below as well. So if you want to learn all kinds of things about me that are already out there on the internet, you can do so. What are your top 3 musicals? So I would probably just very quickly say Legally Blonde the musical, and then probably, I really love The Color Purple. And then I guess for a third one, if you're gonna make me pick just 3, the third one will be Spring Awakening. I'm not actually convinced that's what I want to say, but that's what we're going with. If you could live anywhere other than Chicago, where would it be? I would probably say, honestly, truly, the UK. I've never been, would love to go, but I don't know. I've always been a little bit of like an Anglophile, would love to go visit, would love to go be a part of that world, I guess. I don't know how Brexit has impacted that, but I would at least like to go be there for a while. You didn't say live forever. I love Chicago. Or maybe New York City, but I've always said that New York is like a place to visit, not to live. But you know, things change, who knows? How tall are you compared to your boyfriend? He looks so small. To be honest, I'm not sure what his height is. I'm 6'2". I think he's like probably 5'7", 5'8", maybe 5'9". But you're correct, I am significantly taller than him, so yikes, I'm a very tall boy. I'm a very tall human. What do you have your master's degree in? I have my master's of science in education, specifically in higher education and student affairs. So it's like all the things at the college that are not directly related to like the classroom itself. Like some people in my field do teach classes, but that's not something I currently do. When did you realize you were gay? I probably have known for quite some time. I would say the earliest I really remember thinking something was different was like 3rd grade. I came out to one of my good friends who I'm still friends with. He lives in Chicago now too. I came out to him in like my sophomore year of high school. And then I've like slowly come out to people ever since then. You never really stop coming out. Believe it or not, there's still people I have to tell that I'm gay. Could you do a video with your trainer? We would love to see it. Well, no, probably not. That's probably not something I'm gonna do. But if you didn't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I have recently gotten a personal trainer, and I've gone to 3 sessions. We've been doing once a week for 60 minutes, but starting next week, we're gonna do twice a week for 30 minutes. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's been really helpful. Like, if you can afford to do it, which I know not everybody can, but if you can afford to do it, at least for a few times to like learn the basics, it's really helpful. I'm gonna be honest, I know how to run if I have to, but I don't really know what I'm doing with like the weight machines and things like that. And my trainer has been really great in being like understanding and calm and like working through things with me and demonstrating different like machines and things for me. So I've really enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep going at least for the short-term foreseeable future. And it just has allowed me to feel a lot more comfortable in the gym. With that being said, I don't feel comfortable like recording myself doing it. There's a lot of people at my gym. Like, it's almost always like pretty much filled with people. And so like, I'm not trying to get in their way by setting up a camera and things like that. And plus, I have not asked him if he would be okay with that, but I'm not going to, because that's, again, parts of my life that I feel like don't have to be on YouTube, and I have all these other things I can give to you. What are you most excited for in New Horizons? If you don't know what New Horizons is, it's the new Animal Crossing game that's going to be on the Switch. Animal Crossing has long been a series that I loved. I first played it on the GameCube. I most recently played it on the Nintendo 3DS. And it's a whole new game for the system. It's going to be great. I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is just like how customizable everything's going to be. I think it's going to be cool to have villagers' homes be placed wherever I want. I don't think I'm going to be great at the terraforming. That part kind of scares me, but I think like having the option is wonderful. And so I'm just like really looking forward to all those new options. If you want to see me play it, I have a second channel and I'm gonna post some Animal Crossing videos there. Hopefully, as long as I can figure out the technology to do it. Y'all know I don't really know the technology, but we're gonna try. What was your favorite subject in school? Honestly, truly, all the way up until I got to college and majored in it, math. I loved math so much in high school, which is why I majored in it. And then it got to a certain point in college, I was like, this is no longer relevant in my life. Like, I'm learning about math that I don't understand and I'm never gonna use. And so I switched to education. This person says, what's your favorite Amberlynn Reed meal you've made? And honestly, that's a tough one, but I'm probably gonna go with the chili. Although this isn't horrible. That's the thing about almost all of them, outside of the salmon. Like, none of them were horrible. They just weren't great. Does your boyfriend know / care about Amberlynn / YouTube drama too? Do you guys discuss videos? He strictly does not care. He's like aware of who she is as a concept. He's aware of who Foodie Booty is as a concept, but he doesn't really understand what's going on at any given time, and I think he prefers it that way. I think he's happy to have it that way, so we'll probably continue to keep it that way. Would you rather give up iced coffee or give up White Claws? I would probably give up White Claws because I literally drink iced coffee almost every day, and like White Claws are just when I'm socializing, having fun, being with friends. I can't even necessarily tell you the last time I had a White Claw, although I do love and enjoy it. A similar question I got to that is, have you tried the new White Claw flavors? And to be honest, I'm not sure exactly if they're all entirely new, because when I saw the ad for it, it was like mango, watermelon, lemon, and I can't remember the fourth one. But like mango I've definitely already had before. I've been drinking mango. Mango is where it's at. Honestly, love mango. So I haven't tried the other three, but I'm like, are they really new? I don't know. I would love to try them, truly. As a White Claw connoisseur, I would love to do it. This person says, how do you deal with days where you just feel so unmotivated to do things, but you have to get those things done? That's a tough question. For me though, that feeling is usually accompanied by anxiety, and anxiety is what is giving me the lack of motivation. And one thing that I've always been told by like my therapist and things like that is that anxiety's biggest enemy is a plan. And so for me, the way that I deal with that is I try to work out and organize, like, what do you need to do? How are you going to go about accomplishing those things? And that usually helps ease some of my anxiety, but I honestly don't know, what the right answer is for everybody. That's just like what works for me. I think another thing I try to keep in mind is like, what is the reason that these things have to get done, and how can I find motivation in that? I think sometimes we get so overwhelmed by like all of the things we have to do, we forget why we have to do it. So I think sometimes helping remind myself, like, why is this important? Why does this need to be done? So that might be something you consider as well. Do you and your boyfriend plan to adopt human children one day? Absolutely not. No. I think the only way that I've said that I would ever take in any children is if something happened to like my brother and sister-in-law and their kids needed a guardian. Then I would definitely take my nephews in. But outside of that, I'm good with Jutes. I would love another dog, but but that's about it. What inspired you to begin making videos on YouTube, and will you ever try it as a full-time job? I think the reason I started, I don't know why I said the word think, but I started YouTube because I was at a job I really didn't like, and I needed some kind of like hobby or thing to throw myself into, and a lot of my friends said, Zach, you have such a stunning personality. Why don't you try YouTube? Like, you would be so good at it. And so I just said, okay, like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna focus my time on. And I just started making videos. I tried all kinds of things. Like, all of those videos are still on my channel, so you can go see, like, I tried a whole bunch of different things before I started giving, like, commentary on YouTube and things like that. So that's basically why, like, I just needed an outlet, a hobby, something to keep my mind off of all the things happening at work. And in terms of, like, if I would ever do it full time, I mean, if I could see a path for that, sure. I think, like, before that would happen, I would want to really make it clear that, like, I had more diverse content. I'm under no illusion that Chantal, Amberlynn, etc. are going to be around forever. And so I would want to be sure that things could last past whatever happens with their channel. And I think other things like benefits and all that kind of stuff that I get from my full-time job would also be important. But for now, nope, I'm still planning on being employed and also doing YouTube as a side gig. So anyways, I know I didn't get to all of your questions, but I hope you at least enjoyed the questions that I did get to. If you enjoyed this video and it's your first video here on my channel, a weird one to pick, but if it is, make sure to hit subscribe, hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I go live or I post a new video. Also leave me some comments, hit the like button, and follow me on all of my social media. I had so much fun with you all tonight, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!